Hello and welcome to Sample of the Week. This week, again, we're veering away from piano book. We're having a little break, but that does not mean we are not looking at amazing free VSTs. Today, we are looking at something from Spitfire Audio, one of their recent lab editions called Bell Swarm. Now, they describe it as a joyous assortment of vibraphones, glockenspiels, and handbells recorded in a breathtaking medieval church. Create cascading layers of tremolo with loosely timed swarms or indulge in a variety of delightfully versatile single hits. Now, this is a gorgeous little VST. We get a couple of different presets, and what's really cool is that idea from going from a single hit to using I guess you could use a MIDI fader or simply the wheel they have to create these swarms. So it is a beautiful instrument. But let's jump right into labs and just start experimenting with this. We'll start with the Vibraphone Duo. As I said, we do have a couple of different ones to mess with. Dinner bell, that sounds fun. Let's just jump in there. What do we have? We have the effects, which is the actual swarm bit from the single hit to distant. We have reverb. LPF, no idea what that is. Probably going to kick myself when I find out. So I'm going to turn the reverb completely off because I know we're in a medieval church, and so this is already going to have a bit of reverb on it. So I don't want that, and we do want to hear the raw sample. But what's cool is you still get this intimate feel with this, but you got to shove your mod wheel right at the top. But you do get that beautiful intimacy with a nice ring and a bit of reverb. So adding reverb to that at your own risk. Swarm though, this is where it gets fun. And I would love this to be on a MIDI fader. So I'm actually going to link this to that one, my mod wheel there, because I think that'd be a really interesting effect actually. So let's just go with that and have a little play. That's fun, almost dreamy. I really like that. Lots to do there. What does that actually do? Let's turn that off. Okay. I don't know. Is it something to do with the swarm? I have no idea. Somebody tell me in the comments. As I said, I'm probably going to kick myself when I find out about that. But beautiful sample. We've got lots to go through. Let's go through the Vibraphone Swarm. I love that. Yeah, definitely my favorite because just that sense of randomness and just background works really well. Because in itself, that could be a track, and you can really bring in and out how much you want. Just hold a chord, and you get this lovely, almost misty haze just there in the background. And if you want just a little bit more, and you can bring it back out. And of course, if you just want single hits as well, you've got the single hits right there. And so you could mess around with chords on one and then have you solo in the other. Let's just move on to the Glockenspiel, probably a bit more metallic, but probably the same sort of principle here. Let's put some mod wheel on this. Not much going on in terms of that swarm, is it? Almost sounds a bit too disjointed for me. Which I guess will not happen in this one because this is going to be entirely swarm. Oh, I love the intimacy of that actually. I want that reverb completely gone. I almost wish it didn't start with reverb because we already have reverb when it comes to, well, just the space it's in. See, that's so much nicer. I love the stereo effect actually of that. I hate to complain about free stuff, but it would have been nice to have a little bit of release control, because it comes off a little bit harsh for me. But overall, I love that beautiful panning and just the little imperfections in the sample with that one, because you just get that odd one that just stands out, just a little bit of crescendo. Loops really nicely, actually. Let's move on to the Foundry Bells. Again, we have the Swarm reverb, which I do not want on. LPF. And let's just jump into this and see what we get. Ooh. You can see why I turn off the reverb. I don't think the mod wheel does anything there. But the Swarm, I'm just going to link it to my mod wheel because I don't think it's doing anything. It's like a reverby pad thing, but it almost seems a bit too subtle and too under there for my liking. It tolls. I would almost want like a Swarm version of that. I really do like that Foundry Bell. A fun little instrument. It tolls. Let's just jump in. Ooh, a little bit of detuning there and almost like a glistening sort of haze. There's almost a horror aspect to that one, and I don't like the reverb. I should also add you can actually change the reverb yourself up here. If you click up here, there is a number of different reverbs according to your taste. Personally, I don't like it. At least on this one. The other, it does work nicely on others, and I do like the fact that you can choose a reverb. You don't often get that, especially with free stuff. I must admit, I'm very, and I know we're going on a really random side rant, but I'm very particular to spring reverb, although I think that's because I have a Moog grandmother sitting right there with an internal spring reverb, which is gorgeous and I absolutely love. But internal rant aside, it tolls, there you have it. With the swarmy paddy thingy underneath, which, if that's what you're looking for, there you have it. I do like the actual swarm patches themselves, the tremolo-ness of them, but I'm not the biggest fan of just the pad underneath them. Final one, dinner bell. I don't know about you, but I had a dinner bell as a kid. Reverb, goodbye. Swarm. It's still linked, so fingers crossed. I don't know if the dynamic faded. Didn't seem to do anything in the last two, but I'm just going to remove that quickly. Yeah, doesn't seem to be doing anything. Let's stick that back on. See, it adds too much reverb. If it didn't have that reverbiness, but still had those little almost senses of random delay, or echo, it'd be really nice, I think. Yeah, I'm going to remove that. Bit atonal to me. Is the reverb actually off? Very high. What's nice about this one is it will work very well with the others. Sometimes I find with these multiple patches, you get kind of crammed into this little frequency range, but what's nice is you've got quite a nice variety, even though the range is almost limited to about 2 octaves, I think. So a lot you can do there. Fun little instrument, beautifully sampled. As always, Spitfire's quality is outstanding, even with their free stuff, so there are no complaints there. Overall, a great little instrument, something to download if you haven't already and mess around with. I love their lab series. I remember, I think when I first got involved in composition, I think they only had 5 lab instruments out. So it's nice to see the collection just continue to grow. But thank you so much for watching. I've hoped you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.